All right, what's going on, y'all? Okay, it's the Halloween season, so I decided to make a Halloween-based design, and I'm gonna let you guys follow along with what I'm doing here. I'm gonna try to make the design with only one, two, three, four, five, six different objects, including text and stuff like that. So what we have here is some spooky silhouette tree. We got a haunted house, a pumpkin, a Jason mask, and then some textures. The first thing I want to do is I'm gonna make this a 4x6 flyer. So we're gonna change this to 4.25. If you're printing, you need that 0.25 at the end for bleed purposes. And it needs to be 300 resolution. If you're printing it online, then it could be whatever size. It could even be like the size of a square because that fits most social media platforms. So right off the bat, what I want to do is invert this because we want a dark colored flyer. So the first thing I'm gonna do is let's try to blend in this haunted house first. This is just some picture I found on Google. It's probably not royalty free, but we're just gonna use this for promotional use. So here, let's start off at the top. Let's bring it to the top. I'm gonna put a mask on here, and then I'm gonna select my gradients and make sure that my fade is actually going from black to transparent. So then we just drag from the bottom. And now we have it sort of fades into the color. And actually, I think I would prefer this to maybe be blue. Like the darkest blue. Kind of like that. And by me doing that, you can kind of see the fade a little bit, so we'll get rid of that. Okay, we're already getting somewhere. Let's put this on screen, because you notice if you set it on screen, the blacks kind of disappear into the blue, and it just blends in a little bit better as opposed to. Okay, let's put it on screen and then let's see how it looks on normal. See the difference? So we'll do that. Okay, so now let's add some text to it. Whoops. I think we're just gonna call it like Jason's Halloween party or something weird or something like that. I don't know. Maybe Jason's Halloween nightmare. So we'll have Jason a little smaller than with the actual text and a little less fancy because we want the name of the party to stand out. So. So let's see. Let's maybe go with that yellow was dope. I kind of like this yellow green also. I think we're gonna go with this. I think I want to do like a yellow, green, blue, and orange theme. It sounds weird, but let's see how it looks once we put it together. I'm just duplicating this Jason layer here so I can just move this text down. And actually, murder party. maybe let's say it's like one of those the parties where like, oh, it's a murder mystery. You know what I'm saying? Right now I'm adding a gradient overlay to the text, and it kind of gives it that sort of, there's like two colors happening here now that I've set it to black and white. See, this is how it originally looks over it. But once you set it to overlay, now you get this kind of green yellow split going, which I think looks cool. So now let's do the dates. I'm just gonna duplicate this again by hitting Command J or Control J. Move this over here. Let's say that it's on Halloween Day, which is, let's see, I don't know what day that is this year. Calendar. October 31st, Thursday. So Thursday, and let's put Thursday in a different font. Let's have like 3 different fonts going on here, or maybe more. I don't know. Shit, like when I have is color one. Kind of don't want it to be in color though. Oh, it actually doesn't look bad. But no, let's go with a different font. I think I'm gonna use Big Cast. What's it called? Big Cast line? Okay, these are glyphs. That's not what I want. Not much of a difference from Times New Roman, but Thursday, October 31st. Maybe. Thursday, October 31st. And then like the typical things a party flyer might have are, you know what? It's sticking out too much for me right now. The thing about being an artist. Okay. We'll make this font like a yellow. Yeah, I like that. At Jason's house. Or no. At Camp Crystal Lake. And this one we'll put back into Beavis New. And originally, when I had this flyer in mind, let's use this tree here to give us a little bit of depth. Oh, there's a little bit of whiteness on here. There's 2 ways to fix this. One way we can fix it is just by doing matting and then defringe, just maybe like 3 pixels in order to get rid of it. Get rid of most of it. Another way to fix it is, since it's already just a black silhouette, we could just go to, here, I'll go through the long way of doing it. You can go to image adjustments, hue saturation, and just make everything black, and that gets rid of it. Or you can double click on it and hit color overlay, and that gets rid of it. I think I kind of want to have like some trees hanging. Maybe not though. Actually, yeah, that's dope. I think that's cool. Jason's Halloween party at Camp Crystal Lake, Thursday, October 31st. I mean, you know, some parties you have to pay to get in. Let's put like one of those. Special like seal shapes here. This right here we'll put in orange. Let's see, maybe like, here's a tip. If you hold command and hit backspace, it'll fill whatever layer you have with whatever your background color is. So by this being a shape, you can just do that and it'll make the shape a certain color. But let's say if I was to do the fill command backspace on an empty layer, it just fills the layer that entire color. So it's a quick way to fill backgrounds. Keep that in your list of tricks. Let's do like, for this, we're gonna do like maybe reflective. It looks kind of cool, right? And then just tone it down a bit though. And then we'll do free. Let's make this kind of, I'm gonna make this kind of like like it's a party, but it sounds like a trap, you know? Like you go there and people are actually getting murdered. Okay. We're gonna put free death on here, and then we're gonna cross out death. How can we cross this out? Let's see. Let's just do a traditional style, like with a soft brush. It's a new layer on top of that. Let's shrink this brush down a little bit. Here, your brush size is up here. Actually, that's a little too thick. I want it to be thinner so it can be red. But I also want it to be like, you know, like, oh, that's not supposed to be there. What is that? No, not free death. Free food. See how that works? Because, you know, it's like it's Jason's party. Let's move this in here so that it fits right. People look like, oh, cool, free food. And then they go and then they get eaten, or I guess whatever Jason feels like doing to you. So now I'm feeling like this orange is like, eh. So let's try it with the black and then make all the text either green or orange. I think I like that. It's cool. Let's put maybe a little bit of a gradient. See, the gradient overlays don't show up on black. So you have to like just make it regular, turn it down a little bit. So it's like, oh, Halloween party with free food at Jason's Halloween murder party at Camp Crystal Lake, October 31st. Yeah, sure, let's go to that. Okay, so this is the next thing I want to do. I'm gonna put a layer above my background, and then I'm gonna fill that with black. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab my, where is it? The marquee tool. I'm gonna grab this, pull a feather up as high as I can, I guess. Like maybe 140 is big enough, I don't know. And then just select all of it and see how it gives us this nice feathered curve. And then I'm just gonna backspace that. And that's giving us sort of like a vignette type of thing, just to darken things up a bit. Now what I want to do is kind of brighten up this to make it seem like maybe the text is glowing a little bit. So we're gonna do light green. The light green is a little harsh. Oops. So I'm actually probably gonna go with like something that complements the. Yeah, there we go. That's dope. So now I want to go back. Let's see what other elements we got that we could use. We've used a tree. We've used a house. Maybe we can use that pumpkin. I don't know. Well, okay, let's use this now. Let's get rid of this. Oops. All right, I remember to put my feather back to 0. Let's delete that. Let's get rid of this background. Now we have this white around Jason. Because of this, it's gonna give us issues. So what I'm gonna do, I wanna cut this out easily. So now we got them cut out. But now I want to put them. I was gonna put them over the O. I don't know if that's cool right now. Oh, wow, actually. Okay, here, let's do this. Let's take this, and then we're gonna move the tracking over. So now we got some space between the L and the O, and now this Jason head actually fits perfectly within the mix. To be perfectly honest with you, these eyes kind of creep me out, so I'm gonna get rid of them. Just selecting them right now. Getting a nice selection of. Let's see, let's try to get rid of these in 2 different ways. I think maybe I could just black it out, but if not, oh yeah, that works. Just brushing over the selection with the black. Yeah, that's much cooler. All right. Just add a little more font details. No costume necessary. No costume necessary, because people are going there to be murdered anyway. Okay. Now let's add a few more of these texture. In my opinion, I don't think I'm using pumpkin. Maybe, let's see here. Maybe we can put some pumpkins down at the bottom. Is it really Halloween? There's no pumpkins involved. Delete the background for that. Drag this pumpkin in here. Still got a little bit of a white outline there. I'm just gonna the bottom's white, but that's okay because I'm just using this honestly to cover up the bottom half. And I might not even use it. I might just crop the flyer down and I think it's cool. Okay. Let's bump up the levels a little bit on here. Let's make it a little bit more dark and spooky. A little more contrast to it. The last thing I'm gonna do is add these textures to it. Because the textures give it that sort of like, I don't know, like the dirtier things are, it's sort of like the spookier they look sometimes. I'm just dragging this all the way to the top with the shortcut command and then the bracket keys. You can arrange layers the way you'd like. And if we set it to screen, it takes out all the black. So now we have like this sort of film grain thing going on. And then I want to add this one also. But with this one, we're gonna need a little bit more work done to it. Let's see. Definitely can't make it screen and you make it multiply. It's too much. So maybe we could do screen, invert, and now I'm bringing up the levels again. I'm gonna just crush it a little more. I don't want that much of it. I think actually maybe I want to get some of this boost in the background. Maybe. And here we go, folks. Here's our flyer. Now, I could add more info to the bottom, like RSVP at this number and all of that stuff. I guess it would just depends on what type of info you need for your party. I guess a party, let me see. All right, now let's add the time. Here, I'm gonna lock these two layers so that, because I like to do the control click. And if I'm doing that without the layers locked, I think I might want to bring these trees back to the top. If I'm doing a control click without the layers locked, then I'm gonna end up just selecting those layers. I don't want to do that. So duplicate this again. We're gonna do the time. Party starts at Party starts at midnight. RSVP at I don't even know, like a spooky phone number. 666-666-6666, I guess. And this has to be smaller, obviously. Move this pumpkin over some more. Up along each other this time. There we go. BYOB BYOW. If you go to parties often, you might know what that means. If not, then you'll find out one day. Okay. So I think this is a pretty dope looking flyer. Oh, one more thing I'm gonna do to make it look like more filthy. I'm just gonna add a little bit of noise to it. So filter and then noise, add noise. Just enough that it shows up. And then turn these out just a tad bit. And there we have it, folks. Here's our Halloween flyer. I think it looks pretty dope. Most customers that I deal with would be pretty satisfied with this. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them in the box below, and I'll try to answer them or respond as quickly as possible. Appreciate you guys watching as usual. I'm probably gonna do a couple more Halloween themed designs this month, so stay with me if you're into doing that, and if you got to take care of some of those type of designs this month. I'll show you a couple tips and things like that. Again, thanks for watching. Hopefully you check out the next one. Peace out.